Om Agyantamarandasya Janana Sapalaya Chakumali Kamyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swaram Rupa Padamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in the darkest of ignorance. And my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world a mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter unto his lotus feet? Hare Krishna, I'm humbly requesting to turn down the volume of the side conversations for just a few minutes to hear about Lord Krishna. Otherwise, there's a competition, and we can have a vote, and you can vote for the side conversations, or we can vote for a little discourse. So leave it at that. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yatha Parakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sa Sri Rupam Savajatam Sahavana Ravanakam Tam Vitam Sajevam Sajetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahavana Lalita I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother, Sanatana Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, and Sri Ajiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, Srivas, and all other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associates, Lalita and Vishaka. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Hanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Oh, my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tata Kantana Gorange Radhe Vrindavani Ishware Vishwamila Suti Devi Kananami Hari Priye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhu Vaivyacha Patitanam Pavanavibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees who are full of compassion for all the fallen and conditioned souls. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas and all the others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the subject matter that I've been asked to speak about this evening is the advent of Krishna. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 4:9 that Janma karma tame divyam yo janati tatva bhakta dehan punarjanma nayati mamiti sara hunteya. One who takes the transcendental nature, one who knows the transcendental nature of my disappearance and activities, my appearance and activities, does not, upon leaving the body, take birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. It is a fact that we can achieve such a state of life where we can stop repeated birth and death. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress, is steady in both, is certainly eligible for liberation. This is a verse from Bhagavad Gita 2:15. The verse is Yam hi va, yam hi na vyata yanti ete purusham purusarshasva samaduka sukham dhiram namrita tvaira kalpate. So this amrita tva means immortality. The current modern civilization has no idea, and neither do the so-called great philosophers, the great politicians, or the great scientists. They don't know that it's impossible to attain this stage of immortality. Famous verse in Bhagavad Gita 2:20. Na jayate vijate vakarisinayam kwa bhavita vanabhuya ahu nitya swasatoyam purano nahanyate anyamane sarye. For the soul, there is never birth nor death, nor having once been does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, undying, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. We, the living entities, never die, never take birth. Nitya swasatoyam nahanyate hanyamane sarya. Every one of us, we are eternal. Nitya swasato. It is our constitutional position. After annihilation of this body, we actually do not die. This nitya swasato yam nahanyate hanyamane sarya, every one of us, we are eternal. When the body is finished, I have to accept another body. Krishna is described in the Vedic Shastra as Ishwara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So this Sachidananda Vigraha, Krishna means God. It is sometimes said that God has no name. That's a fact. God's name is given by his activities, just like Krishna accepted to be the son of Maharaj Nanda, or Yasoda Mayi, or Devaki, or Vasudeva. Vasudeva and Devaki were Krishna's mother and father. Sometimes Krishna is known as Devaki Nandana and Vasudeva. Sometimes Yasoda Nandana or Srinanda Nandana. Yet nobody is really Krishna's mother or father, because Krishna is the eternal father of everyone. But when Krishna advents, when he appears, he accepts some devotees as his mother and father. Krishna is the original, Adi Purusham. So you may be thinking, oh, he's very old. No. Anadyam Purana Purusham Navayoganam Cha, always fresh in eternal youth. That is Krishna. When Krishna was on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he appeared like a boy of 20 or 24 years. But at that time, Krishna had great-grandchildren. Therefore, Krishna is always youthful. Navayoganam Cha. These are statements from the Vedic literature. Advaitam achyutam anadi anantarupam adyam purana purusham navayoganam cha. Videshu duravam maduravam matmabhakto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So to understand Krishna simply by reading Vedic literatures, it will be very difficult to understand what is Krishna. Videshu durlabham. Very difficult. Although all the Vedas are meant for understanding Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Vedas cha savira ahameva vedyo. What is the use of studying Vedas if you do not understand Krishna? Because the ultimate goal of education means to understand the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Cause. As it is said in the Vedanta Sutra, Janmashtami yata, atato brahma jityaso. So this Brahma Jityasa, to discuss about the absolute truth, Brahman. What is Brahman? Janmashtami yata. That Brahman means where from everything emanates. So science, philosophy, it means to find out the ultimate cause of everything. That we are getting from the Shastra. Shastra means Vedic literature, the source of all knowledge. And from the Vedic literature we understand that it is Krishna who is the cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Cause of all causes. I am caused by my Father, and my Father is caused by his Father, and his Father is caused by his Father, and his Father, and so on. Go on searching, and you'll immediately come to, and you'll ultimately come to someone who is the cause. But that someone, he has no cause. Anadir Adir Govinda. Shastra says that, Anadir. He is the original person. He has no cause. That is Krishna. And therefore Krishna says, Dhamma kamatame divyam yo janati tatvataha. So the advent of Krishna, it's a very important thing. And we should try to understand Krishna. Why does he advent? Why does he come to this material world? What is his business? What is his activities? If we simply try to understand Krishna, then what is the result? The result is Tvakta deham punar janma nayati mameti so eti kunteya. You get immortality. That is the aim of life, to achieve this immortality. Amrita Tvaya Kalpate. It's Amrita. So in the event of Krishna, we should also try to understand the philosophy of Krishna. The formula is there and spoken by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. And what is that? Bhoktaram yadgitapasam sarvalokam sride sarvabhutanam yanatva mam satimrasati. So politicians, diplomats, and so on, they're trying to establish peace in this world. The United Nations is there, and many other organizations. They're trying to have real peace and tranquility, to gain understanding between man to man, nation to nation. But it is not happening. Everyone is thinking, it is my country, it is my family, it is my society. It is my property. This mind is illusion. In Shastra it says, Janmashtami yamaham memiti. This I and mine philosophy is illusion. Illusion means maya, that which is not. And if we want to get out of this illusion, this maya, then we have to accept Krishna's formula. Everything is there in Bhagavad Gita for guidance. If we accept the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita as it is, everything is there. Peace is there. Prosperity is there. But we do not accept it. That is our misfortune. Or we misinterpret it. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Man mana baba mad bhakto mad yajima namaskuru. Krishna says, you always think of me. Become my devotee. Mad yaji, you worship me. Mam namaskuru. And offer obeisances unto me. It is not a very difficult task. There is Krishna's deity in the temple. If you think of Radha Krishna deity, that is not so difficult. Man mana, you come into the temple. Devotee, you naturally offer respects to the deity. As far as possible, try to worship the deity. Tat pram pipam palam toyam yo me bhakya prayashati. Krishna does not want your entire property. Krishna is open for the poorest person for being worshipped. So what is he asking? With devotion, if a person offers me a little leaf, a little fruit, a little water, with love, I accept it. Krishna is not hungry. He wants to make you his devotee. That is the main point. Krishna is not hungry. Krishna is providing food for everyone. My spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, would say, Krishna is feeding the big, big elephant down to the tiny ant. So why will he not feed his devotee? Therefore, he's just begging. He just wants our love. He wants our devotion. So he's begging a little patram pushpam palam toyam. Man manabhava bhakto. So there's no difficulty understanding Krishna and accepting Krishna consciousness. But we hesitate to do that. That's our disease. Prabhupada described it as dog-like stubbornness. Otherwise, it's not difficult at all. And as soon as we become a devotee of Krishna, we understand the whole situation. Our philosophy, Bhagavata philosophy, is spiritual communism. Because we accept Krishna, we consider Krishna as a supreme father. And all living entities are children of Krishna. So Krishna says, he is the proprietor of all the planets, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, proprietor of all planets. Therefore, whatever there is, either in the sky or in the water, in the land, it's all Krishna's property. And because we, the living entities, we are all sons and daughters of Krishna, therefore every one of us has the right to use the Father's property in the right way. We should not encroach upon others. This is the formula of peace. It's ma-vidakasya-svidhanam, isavashamidam sarvan. Everything belongs to God. Everything belongs to Krishna. You are sons of God. You have the right to use your Father's property, but don't take more than you need. That is stated. And these things are all explained in the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, in the Gita, it says, Stena eva sayuchate. He's a thief. If someone takes more than he needs, then he's a thief. If it is for the satisfaction of Krishna, then no problem. Yagya. Take it for Krishna. Yagya. Another name of Krishna is Yagyashwara. So you act for Krishna. You take Krishna prasad. And this is what we're teaching at this temple. When we forget that Krishna is the Supreme Father, that Krishna is the Supreme Proprietor, we forget he's the Supreme Enjoyer and Krishna is the Supreme Friend of everyone. When we forget this, then we come to this material world and we struggle for existence and we even fight with one another. This is material life. So the politicians and diplomats and philosophers, they've tried so hard, they try so much, but actually nothing has become fruitful. Just like the United Nations, it was organized after the Second Great World War, and they wanted that peacefully we shall come and settle everything. But it's not happening. The fighting is going on and on. So the process is Krishna consciousness. Everyone has to understand that we are not the proprietor. The proprietor is Krishna. But artificially we are claiming it is my property. This is called Maya, illusion. And Krishna advents to give us this lesson. Yada yadir hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, I come when there is discrepancies in the process of religious life. This dharmasya glanir bhavati. So what is this dharma? Simple definition of dharma is dharman tu saksad bhagavat pranitam. So just like you can say, what do you mean by law? Law means the word given by the state. We can't, in our homes, make our own laws. Of course, in your own home you can make your own law. But we cannot make law for the state in our home. That's not possible. Whatever the government gives us, we have to take it. You should act like that. There's a stop sign. That's the law. I have to stop. So similarly, dharma means the direction given by God. That is dharma, simple definition. You create dharma, I've created this dharma, another man creates another dharma, but this is not dharma. Therefore, when the Bhagavad Gita ends at Sarva Dharma Paripayam Mamatam Saranam Varza, that this is dharma, to surrender to Krishna. Accept Krishna's words, accept Krishna's laws. Any other dharma, that is not dharma. Give it up, Krishna says. Give up all this dharma. Why? Krishna says that. He says, I invent to establish the principles of religion. That is dharma. Sarva dharma paripayam. That means the so-called dharmas that we have manufactured, these man-made so-called dharmas, they are not dharmas. Dharma means what is given by God. So we have to understand, what is God? Who is God? What is His Word? And that lack of understanding is a defect in the modern civilization. What is the possibility of peace? The order is there. Krishna says, Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Vasudeva writes, Bhagavan Uvacha. One should know who is Bhagavan. Vasudeva could have written Krishna Uvacha, but no, he says Bhagavan. If one may misunderstand Krishna, therefore he writes in every stanza, every verse, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, so Bhagavan is there. Bhagavan is speaking. Bhagavan is accepted by all the acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya, Vishnu Swami, and later Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, and even Shankaracharya. He accepts Krishna. Krishna Bhagavan Swayam. That is Krishna. Krishna is Bhagavan. So in the verdict of the modern acharyas, and also in the past, Vasudeva, Narada, Asita, everyone accepted Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Arjuna, who heard from Krishna after understanding Bhagavad Gita, said, Param Brahma Param Dharma Pavitram Param Bhavam Purusham Adyam Sasatam. We are searching after peace. And we won't accept anything which is actually giving us peace. That is our disease. So this Krishna consciousness movement is trying to awaken the dormant Krishna consciousness for everyone to hear. Krishna consciousness is there in everyone's heart. It only has to be awakened. And that is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nitya Sura Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kadunaya Shravanadi Sura Chitte Karya. It is awakened. Love for Krishna, devotion for Krishna. It is there within everyone's heart. But we have forgotten. We don't even want to know it. It's so much more enchanting to chatter, 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 rather than hear about Krishna. This is our disease. This Krishna consciousness movement is meant for awakening that Krishna consciousness within our heart. And this is the process. Just like when you are sleeping, I have to call you loudly. Hey, wake up, wake up. Jeev Java, wake up. I have to speak loudly. So the ear, only from the ear, no other senses will act when you're sleeping. Only the ear. Therefore, in this age, when people are so fallen, they will not hear anything. If we chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, they can be awakened to Krishna consciousness. This is practical, and it works. So actually, if we're anxious for peace, and we're anxious for tranquility in society, then we must be very serious to understand Krishna. This is our request. Please don't take this Krishna consciousness movement lightly. This movement can solve all problems in life, all problems in the world, social, political, philosophical, religious, economical. Everything can be solved by Krishna consciousness. We request those who are leaders to try and understand this Krishna consciousness movement. It is scientific, it is authorized, it is not a mental concoction or sentimental movement. It is a most scientific movement. Try to understand. If you're sober, you will and if you're actually reasonable, you will understand this Krishna consciousness movement. It is a sublime movement for the welfare of the whole human society. Anyone may come, and we're prepared to discuss the subject matter. Our human life. The ultimate goal of human life is to achieve immortality. This tvata deham punar janmanayate. Yet we have forgotten this. We're living irresponsibly without any knowledge that we can achieve that perfection of life, where there will be no more birth, no more death. We do not understand even there is a possibility of amritatvam. But everything is possible. Amritatvam. Nobody wants to die. That is a fact. Nobody wants to become an old man, an old woman. Nobody wants to become diseased. Why? Because originally in our spiritual form, there's no birth, no death, no old age, no disease. So after an evolutionary process, down from aquatics, birds, beasts, plants, trees, when you come to this human form, we come to this human form of body, and then we should know what is the goal of this human life. And the goal is amritavan, to become immortal. And this is simply becoming Krishna conscious. We have to simply try to understand Janmashtami tame divyam yo janati katva. If you try to understand Krishna in truth, tattva, then tvata deham punar janma nayati. After giving up this body, you do not have to accept another material body. As soon as you don't accept any other material body, it means you become immortal. And by nature, we are all immortal. So Krishna advanced to teach us this lesson, that you are immortal by nature. As spirit soul, you are part and parcel of me. Krishna says, I am immortal, so you are also immortal. Unnecessarily, you're trying to be happy in this temporary world. Simply a struggle for existence, unnecessarily. Now in this human form of life, don't be captivated by sensuous life. Just try to understand Krishna. That is the verdict of Shastra. Nayam deho deha bhajam nirloka patam kamam nahate vidbhujam ye. To work very hard like dogs and hogs for sense gratification. This is not the ambition of human life. Human life is intended for a little austerity. We have to purify our existence. This is the mission of human life. Why shall I purify my subtle existence? This Brahmo Sutayam Twanantam. Then you get unlimited pleasure, unlimited happiness. This is real pleasure. All the great personalities, at least in India, saintly Persians, sages, acharyas, they have cultivated this spiritual knowledge so nicely and fully. And now we are taking advantage of it. It's not that those shastras and directions are only meant for Indians, no. Only meant for Hindus, no. Only for Brahmins, no. It is meant for everyone, because Krishna claims Sarva Yuneshtakunteya Sambhavanti Mutraya Tasam Mahabrahma Yoniraham Vijapadapita. Krishna claims, I am everyone's father, and he's anxious to make all of us peaceful and happy. Just like the father naturally wants to see his son is well situated and happy. And similarly, Krishna wants to see us, every one of us, happy and well situated. And therefore, sometimes he comes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvahati. That is the purpose of Krishna's advent. So those who are servants of Krishna, Krishna's devotees, they should take the mission. All of you should take this mission of Krishna and spread it far and wide. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's vision and his version. Amara Adhyaya Guru Hana Tara Edesha Yaradeka Tare Kaha Krishna Upadesha. So this Krishna Upadesha, just try to preach what Krishna has said in the Bhagavad Gita. It is the duty of every Indian as well as all persons. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharakta Bhumite Manushya Janma Vailayara Janma Saratapahari Para Upakara. ISKCON is such a great movement. Krishna consciousness is going on all over the world, and it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. He says, any Indian, Bharata Bhumite Manushya Janma, if he's human being, he must make his life perfect by taking advantage of this Vedic literature and distribute the knowledge all over the world. That is Para Upakara. And we see that intelligent persons are appreciating this movement. It is giving the life for the dead men of this world. So we especially request everyone in attendance, kindly cooperate with this movement. Try to make your life successful along with others. This is the mission of Krishna, the advent of Krishna. Krishna did not appear to amuse us. He did not appear to pay your mortgage or to give your kids a college degree. He came to save us from Maya, from illusion, so that we might love him and serve him and go back home, back to Godhead in our eternal spiritual bodies. Because of the present world situation, Krishna has defended in the form of the Krishna consciousness movement. This is quite natural, because without Krishna consciousness movement, the world cannot be peaceful and happy. This is Krishna's gift and blessing on all of us. So on the occasion of this Janmashtami, I wish you happy Janmashtami 2021. And I want to mention that tomorrow is Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. Srila Prabhupada is the founder of Acharya. That means the person who founded this Krishna consciousness movement and spread teachings all over the world. Tomorrow is his appearance day. He appeared the day after Krishna, Nandotsava. So we will welcome you back again tomorrow evening, and we'll continue celebrating. Hare Krishna.